Okay guys, so Kaspa haven't dipped to these levels of 11 cents to roughly, meaning it didn't retest this level as a support, and the question is it going to retest it as a support, or is it going to go a little bit forward to the upside on a 4-hourly and daily? This is something that we are going to try to determine in this video, and of course guys, I'm going to have a look at different data, so stay tuned and please don't skip, because obviously if you are going to skip, I don't think it makes sense to watch the video at all. Anyways, if you are new to the channel, consider subscribing, and a quick disclaimer that this video is not financial advice. My name is Luke and let's get the party started. So maybe instead of looking at Kaspa short term, let's actually have a look at overall market, and later we are going to look at Kaspa's time frame. Very important information, I believe. We've got 89%, so Kaspa just hit 89% mined, and I believe that this is a very big deal. Only 11% remains to be claimed as Coinbase reward. 89% of all Kaspa to ever exist is now in the hands of the Kaspa community. So guys, obviously the pump that we saw and everything, I'm not going to show the chart right now. People were getting crazy, and you know, everybody's degent into Kaspa, and now Kaspa is consolidating. Okay, but one thing that we have to remember is that besides the fact that Kaspa is amazing layer 1, it's also proof of work, so it's working exactly the same way as BTC does, but obviously emission schedule works differently, halving events and so on and so forth. I believe they are every single year. What does it mean? Once there's going to be a full adoption of Kaspa, I believe, well, that layer 1 and you know, all of the smart contracts and everything, 10 bps per second, and in the future 100, then there's going to be a huge use case for Kaspa, and on the top of that there's going to be less and less Kaspa in circulation. So pure logic tells me that Kaspa is going to become a beast, at least based on this, what I've just said. Okay, of course anything might happen in the future, okay, but based on everything that I've just said, I believe that Kaspa is going to see significant upside in the future. But of course I know that you want to know what is going to happen during this cycle, so let's move on. Binance and OKX have recently made posts stressing the importance of community. Binance OKX. So this person, Mr. Saint, big shout out for the post, says that he believes that is yet another node towards Kaspa, a 100% community driven project. And that's actually true, right? Like, the community for Kaspa is huge. There are so many channels that are uploading videos every single day, not only mine. And I believe that well, our community is quite strong, guys. So well, perhaps it's another hint from OKX this time. Anyways guys, we've got some breaking news, because Mr. President Donald Trump just bought another $16 million worth of Ethereum, and in total he had bought 42 million worth of Ethereum in the last 8 hours, and something big is coming for ETH. By the way guys, the overall market actually pumped properly. Funny enough is that Trump is dumping at the moment, everything else is pumping, but our beloved Melania now is pumping. You know, when I was preparing on this video, I had no clue of existence of Melania meme coin, but of course it makes sense, right? If there's Trump meme coin, why not Melania? So what we are going to see tomorrow, Baron? Guys, that's actually hilarious, but obviously we cannot blame them for having their own meme coins, okay? Guys, obviously price of BTC is pumping. That's the reason why we have this recovery for altcoins. So looking at the weekly, everything is basically recovering on a weekly. On a monthly, this is the situation, okay? I believe that this is still nothing in comparison to what is yet to come. Anyways guys, another post from Saint, and this is something that you have seen in the thumbnail. So he says that he finds it hilarious that BTC maxis automatically assume Mara is only mining Kaspa to dump and buy Bitcoin. Kaspa is an investment for Mara. They are aware of the superior tech, and that's why they hold 1 million coins. So the question is guys, if Mara would think that Kaspa is bad, as some people are saying on the internet still, and it's a bad investment because it did nothing for the last whatever months, well, do you think that Mara would invest their money and just take their time into, you know, looking into Kaspa if they would think that the project has no fundamentals and no future? Well, I don't think so, okay, because Mara obviously is making huge buck with BTC's mining already, okay? So I think that this is just a beginning, guys. Of course, I'm not going to tell you that Kaspa is going to do 100x tomorrow, okay, but we are going to get into liquidity very, very soon. Looking at the dashboard, we are sitting at 3.2 billion USD, and if it comes to ranking, well, things aren't really juicy, at least at the time of recording this video. However, volume is juicy because that definitely pumped. We are sitting at 249 mil, and the price saw an upside of 2.9%. And as you saw in here, guys, actually we are sitting at 89.05% mine. Look, if things are going to go according to the plan, and they are going according to the plan at the moment, then emission schedule is going to kick in, 10 bps is going to kick in, Binance, OKX, and overall adoption, and of course lots of use case on the top of the layer 1 of Kaspa. I think that, wow, you know, our future is going to show. But let's see. Obviously I don't want this to be the fuel for you to jump into Kaspa like crazy, but of course if you're bullish on the project, that make sure that you buy the dip. Okay, anyways, looking at fear and greed, we are sitting at 76. However, if it comes to coin market cap, we are sitting at number 58 neutral. Well, I am going to trust this a little bit more because this is also the website where we have liquidity levels. Okay, and speaking about liquidity levels, guys, apologies, I have forgot about mentioning daily liquidity for Kaspa yesterday, so we are going to do it right away. Okay, if it comes to Binance BTC, first, we've got lots of longs for BTC. We've got 1.33 billion worth of longs. And now on a 7 daily, we've got 10 billion in here, guys. Okay, so I'm not saying that we are going to see the pullback for BTC. I am just saying that this amount of liquidity is huge, and this looks very juicy from the standpoint of market makers. However, now it's different time because of the inauguration, and historically every single time after inauguration, it doesn't matter how many leverages are there, we are basically seeing the parabolic pump. Okay, but remember that, you know, once this parabolic pump is going to happen, well, we are going to see the pullback, and we are probably going to hit significant levels of liquidity in order to collect it. So now looking at BTC on 24 hourly, funny enough is that we still have a lot of liquidity, and that's at 110,000 USD and even higher. Okay, but we cannot forget about the fact that we also have lots of liquidity at 100k. Okay, I'm not saying that we are going to dip in there, but well, we were there not that long ago, so of course it could possibly happen. And now, ladies and gents, let's have a look how the situation with our beloved Kaspa actually looks like, shall we? So Binance Kaspa on a daily, let's say that, well, it's 50-50, but it isn't. Well, we've got longs, we've got 153 million worth of longs versus 123 million worth of shorts. So we can already see that more people are actually longing our beloved Kaspa. And let's have a look at the 7 daily outlook. 7 daily outlook, people are still shorting Kaspa. So that kind of gives me a little bit of a more confidence to say that it's very likely that Kaspa is going to see higher levels in foreseeable future. So let's go to the heat map now. Let's put Kaspa on 24 hourly first, and then we are going to see what is the outlook on 7 daily. Guys, so, well, if it comes to 24 hourly, we do have significant levels at 13 cents 6. If it comes to liquidity, I believe that the price could go between this level of 13 cents 6 and probably this one in here, 12 cents 1. What I honestly think is going to happen, and again, guys, I don't know, nobody really knows, okay, but stochastic RSI is telling me that we are experiencing that bullish divergence towards the upside, so that potentially can give Kaspa more fuel, okay, to collect this liquidity from here, from levels of, let me just go back again, 13 cents 6. So let's come back and let's put 13 cents 6. Let me actually pull out the horizontal line. Okay, 13 cents 6. So what I think might gonna happen for Kaspa, okay, quick wick in here, liquidity collected, and then probably going downwards to levels that we can see in here. So the lowest level in here will be probably 11 cents 9. That's what I think is going to happen. Heck, well, we will see if I'm going to be right. Okay, so this is stop number 1 and stop number 2. Okay, and let's see if that is actually going to happen tomorrow. And why do I think it might gonna happen? Because for hourly, stochastic RSI goes up. Okay, that momentum is basically going upwards, but daily momentum is still going downwards. Okay, that's why I think that we are going to see a little bit of a pump in order to grab liquidity, and then another level that is in this area. Okay, let's see if I'm going to be right or not, but remember, nobody is always right. It's impossible. Okay, guys, so we did short time frame for Kaspa, and now let's actually have a look at weekly time frame, shall we? So even if we are going to dip in here, as I've just said, right, to these lower levels, liquidity is still above us on the weekly for Kaspa. So I believe that Kaspa is going to see the pump towards levels of 15 cents 9, as I was mentioning in a previous video. Okay guys, I don't want this video to be too long, that's why let's go to BTC's dominance. Obviously that thing is going towards the upside now, due to the fact of what is happening, inauguration, you know, national Bitcoin reserve, so on and so forth. So for our altcoins, that doesn't necessarily is going to be very bullish outlook. However, more money is going to flow into BTC, more money is going to basically fly out of that BTC and later into our altcoins. Okay, so what I see is basically well, bullish momentum for that USDT dominance, at least on a daily time frame. And the question is, are we going to get rejected by this level of a resistance that belongs to this overall model of rising wedge? Well, in my opinion, it's going to be good if it's going to go up. Why? Because longer we are suppressed with altcoins, well, the bigger the pump is going to be at some point, I believe. Okay, but let's monitor, because daily is already showing us overheated levels if it comes to that. But of course we cannot forget about the fact that it can potentially play like this and we can stay in this overheated level for a while. Okay, but on monthly time frame, guys, for BTC's dominance, sorry, this weekly monthly time frame, we are still going towards the downside. Everything is going according to the plan. Okay, and yesterday, guys, I have forgot to mention to you of how much potential actually we have. So as you see perfectly here on a monthly, this is where we are going. Okay, on a monthly time frame, this is very big outlook, and we still have, well, potential targets, let's say, following this upward move, is that altcoins excluding top 10 can, let's say, go to 1.2 trillion, potentially even to 2 trillion at its peak, and then potential rejection, and then boom, the next bear cycle. Well, this is going to be yet to determined. However, looking at the daily time frame, guys, daily momentum is basically showing us such scenario. We got rejected again here from this very important level of 364.07 billion, but obviously this is where we've been rejected before, and now we are basically trying to, well, altcoins are trying to smash through this level. Okay, let's have a look at 4 hourly. 4 hourly is making its attempt, I would say so. Stochastic RSI is kind of showing us more momentum. Well, at some point we are going to break towards the upside anyways, guys. Okay, everything looks bullish to me, and I believe that, well, what is happening at the moment is just a taste of what we are going to see in the coming weeks. Ladies and gents, I hope that you have guys enjoyed, and as always, peace and love, crypto.